Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to do a top 10 video. That's right, it's been a while, a long while, since my last ranking video, and I really wanted to do one on my top 10 favorite movies of 2023. You know, the year is coming to an end. Tomorrow will be New Year's Eve of 2023, and we're going into 2024. So yeah, top 10, I thought, why not, for old time's sake. And let's do this. Let's start off with my number 10. I'm not gonna waste no time, and I'm gonna try not to babble on too much about it. So here we go. Let's start. At number 10, I have Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Yeah, this was a really fun movie for me this year. I was pleasantly surprised. I was surprised when it started getting good reviews, because I was looking forward to it because I liked the trailer. But I think it turned out to be more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. I think than a lot of people thought it was going to be, because I think a lot of people were not expecting this movie to be good. But yeah, it turned out to be a really surprisingly entertaining film. At number 9, I have the Tetris movie. I had forgotten that this movie came out this year. I was a little late on the game on this one because I had canceled my Apple TV, but then I re-signed up for it, whatever. And this was a movie I was looking forward to, and I'm happy the movie delivered. Probably a little bit more than what I was expecting, because there were like some action scenes in the movie. I'm like, did this really happen in real life? I have to go and check it out, and surprisingly some of it did not happen the way it was portrayed in the movie. But it was an entertaining movie, so I have to give it props for that. At number 8, I have Air. This is the Ben Affleck directed movie about how Matt Damon's character tried to fight for the rights at getting the Air Jordans, the Nike shoes, trying to get Michael Jordan to sign on. And it was a really interesting movie. I think Ben Affleck is a fantastic director. And seeing him go from Argo to this movie, you know, I know he did another movie before this one, but yeah, this was definitely one of Ben Affleck's best movies, and it was great seeing Matt Damon in the lead role, and Viola Davis was fantastic in this movie as well. So if you haven't seen Air, it's on Amazon Prime. Go and check this one out. At number 7, I'm gonna put one that people are very gonna be surprised to see up here: Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I don't care, I'm still a Marvel fanatic. I still love the MCU, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is probably my favorite Ant-Man movie. I'm gonna not lie about that. It is my favorite Ant-Man movie. I really love the first movie. I felt the second Ant-Man movie was a step down. I thought this one was a step up. And if this is the final Ant-Man movie, I'm fine with that. I thought Kang was badass. I'm kind of sad about the whole Jonathan Majors situation, but that is what it is. But look, for what it's worth, I think they delivered a really fun, good movie here. And people are like saying, yeah, but Kang was defeated by ants. Guys, this is a variation of Kang. So that means there's more versions out there. That doesn't mean that this was the version that was gonna go against the Avengers. So yeah, he was beaten by ants because this one got his ego too much up. And that's why the ants beat him at the end. But still, I like the movie. I thought Paul Rudd was great. I thought the whole cast was great in this movie, including Cassie Lang, who, by the way, if you're a Disneyland fanatic, Avengers Campus had her the week I went to Disneyland that week, because it was around the time of that movie, and I got to meet both Ant-Man and his daughter at Avengers Campus. That was a lot of fun interacting with those two characters. So, hopefully we get a little bit more of Cassie Lang, especially the tease that the Marvels gave us at the end. I'm looking forward to seeing Cassie Lang team up with other young Avengers. At number 6, I have Creed 3. I love the Rocky and Creed franchise. The Rocky franchise obviously had some ups and downs, but the Creed franchise, or the Creed trilogy, I should say, has definitely had a very solid trilogy so far. Creed 1 and 2 were super awesome. Creed 1 is probably my favorite still. Creed 3 I was a little worried about because no Rocky this time around. I really loved the relationship between Rocky and Apollo, or Rocky and Adonis. And so when I heard that Rocky wasn't showing up for this one, I was a little conflicted. I did think his story was handled really well and ended really nicely in the last movie, but I really love that mentor-apprentice relationship. But this movie managed to make a really fun, entertaining film without him. And once again, Jonathan Majors, man, it's really sad what's going on with him because he was so badass in this movie too. So it is what it is, like I said before. Going into number 5, this might be a shocker for some people, The Flash. I love the character of The Flash. I was a huge fan of the Flash TV series starring Grant Gustin. And maybe that's kind of what hurt this movie a little bit. I do like Grant Gustin more than Ezra Miller. The Ezra Miller stuff, I didn't let that conflict my opinion on the movie though. But if I'm gonna compare two Flashes, there is a part of me that wished Grant Gustin was in the movie rather than Ezra Miller. I think Ezra Miller did a good job for what he did, or what they did. Sorry, I apologize for I know I should know better. But yeah, I think they did a really good job in the movie. I just feel Grant is my favorite Flash, unfortunately. But I did love the movie a lot. I think having Michael Keaton return was really great. I thought Supergirl was really cool in this movie. And unlike some people, I was good with the cameos. I know some people feel it's disrespectful of apparently the way the CGI looked. I felt the Christopher Reeve cameo and Helen Slater cameo, it just gave me the chills, and I love seeing those two characters. And I know the CGI could have been better, but it is what it is. I enjoyed the storytelling from this movie. I think it was a really good story, and I teared up at the end. I'm gonna be honest, when Barry makes that ultimate sacrifice. If you haven't seen the movie yet, please go and see it, because it showed that it didn't do well in the theater, so I'm suspecting a lot of people didn't see the movie. It is a really nice story, in my opinion. So, and I understand if you don't want to support Ezra Miller, just like maybe some people don't want to support Jonathan Majors right now. I do feel that I hope some people can overlook the actor and know that, hey, there's other people that worked on this movie than just one person. So I would say give it a chance if you can. So with that being said, let's move on to number 4, which I have John Wick Chapter 4. I love the John Wick franchise, man. And Keanu Reeves, he kicks so much ass in these movies that, yeah, John Wick Chapter 4, if this is the final, there's a little bit of me that's worried because I think they want to do a John Wick Chapter 5 because this one did really well and the reviews were really stellar and stuff like that. So, and I get it. I mean, it is one of the best action franchises you can get right now. But I think they're gonna just tarnish what they did in this movie. It was a really nice, satisfying ending to the John Wick character. So it has me a little worried if they do come back to do another one. But hey, I love Keanu Reeves. If they know what works in this franchise, then I hope they stick to that. And we'll see. So let's move on to number 3. I have Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, man. This is obviously the better multiverse story that was in theaters this year. Flash being the other one. I love Flash, but Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse really surprised me. I thought the first Spider-Man into the multiverse was, or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was really good. I thought Across the Spider-Verse was even better. I really love the setup at the end, and I cannot wait for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. I think the story that they're telling is really interesting. The bold take and the bold approaches that they're doing with this trilogy seems to be really fun and cool. So that's why I can't wait till the next one. It's gonna be really awesome. I know it was supposed to come out next year. Because of the writer's strike, I think they had to stall it a little bit. So let's hope that Beyond the Spider-Verse won't be affected by the writer's strike. Let's hope it will actually help it become even better. We'll see. Number 2, I have probably one of the most underperforming movies this year. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. If you love the Mission Impossible movies in the last couple of years like I have, like this was a franchise that I didn't really care too much about in the beginning, but starting from Mission Impossible 3, this franchise has just gotten better and better and better, and I think everybody should really check out this one. And I can't wait for the next one. I don't know if they started filming yet or if the writer's strike and actor strike affected it in any way, but hopefully Tom Cruise gets back on this franchise as soon as possible, because I don't know how long I can wait for the next one because of the way this one ended. Halle Berry, man, why am I forgetting her last name? Captain Carter was super awesome in this movie, and her relationship with Tom Cruise. The rest of the cast is so awesome. Simon Pegg, you have to stay on with this franchise, and Ving Rhames, please stay on with this franchise with Tom Cruise as long as you two can. Haley Atwell, whose name I was forgetting, she was fantastic. I loved her as the new addition in this movie. The Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 should have done so much better, especially with how consistently good this franchise has gotten since Mission Impossible 3. So, if you haven't seen Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 yet, go and check it out. So, what is my number 1 favorite movie of 2023? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Marvel, once again, makes my list. Some people might be wondering, where's the Marvels, David? How come that didn't make your list? It was on my honorable mention, okay? Unfortunately, not everything can make the list that I really like this year. There were a lot of cutouts from the final 10, believe me. But yes, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the only movie that really teared me up this year. When Rocket looks like he's about to die, I was in tears in the theater. I was in tears once again at the very end of the movie when the group all hugs and everything, when they break apart. It's like this movie, the emotional roller coaster that it took me on, crying for a raccoon. And I love Rocket Raccoon. Ever since the first Guardians of the movie, Rocket has easily become my favorite character. His interaction with Thor in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame was super awesome. It was one of the reasons why I was kind of let down a little bit with Thor Love and Thunder. I like Thor Love and Thunder, but I was not mad, but I was kind of taken back when the Guardians only had a little bit of screen time in that movie, when I thought they were going to give us more of the Guardians with Thor because they were such a great team, interaction with Thor in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, especially Rocket. So hopefully we get to see, especially with a Thor 5 on the way and the way Guardians 3 ended, hopefully we get to see more Rocket, Groot, and the rest of this new team that they even set up at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I hope so, because that group, I don't know if they can sustain a movie together, especially without Chris Pratt. Although there's a way to bring him back too, obviously, if you stuck around for the end credits. I love this cast. Drax, Gamora, Nebula. Nebula has even grown on my list because of how she's really grown as a character. Where when you just watch the first Guardians movie, you kind of just see her as a mustache twirly villain. She's just a villain plain and through. She has grown into a remarkable character. So this whole cast, man, is fantastic. James Gunn is a super talented director, one that people should always stop doubting, because not only with the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, but with the Suicide Squad movie that he did and Peacemaker, I am so looking forward to his interpretation of Superman, because I just think he's earned it. I think he has earned no doubt from us by this point. He's like one of those directors like Christopher Nolan and even Kevin Feige when he did the first 10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think he has earned his rightful spot as a director that we should be trusting right now. And now a producer, right? He's in charge of the whole DC universe moving forward. So I'm looking forward to what James Gunn does with the DC universe, his DC universe moving forward. And unfortunately, Aquaman, I'm gonna tell you this, I thought the movie was fine. It did not make it close to my top 10, unfortunately. It was okay. It was an okay movie. I'll leave it at that, just in case anybody was wondering if I saw that. Maybe I'll do a ranking of all the superhero movies that came out this year also. Maybe I'll do it right after the new year, so that will maybe be my first video that will come out next year. So stay tuned for that, especially if you want to see that. Try to get this, video more than 5 likes. I would like to see more than 5 likes for once. It's been a while since I've seen a video, other than my shorts. It's been a while since I've seen more than 5 likes on one of my videos lately. I would like to see regular videos to see them succeed a little bit more. So please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you are new to this channel and want to see more of videos like this, I can do more if you guys want. I can get back a little bit into the movie fan landscape while doing other things at the same time. I want to be creative. I want to stretch my muscles a little bit here and there. So stay tuned, and until next time, everybody, take care.